getting attacked, dangerous kids, killers getting attacked in jail. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do right here. We're gonna do killers getting attacked in court. You know what I mean? What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Chick Willie Silly, man, aka Mr. Take It Easy before you end up like Vazy. But make sure I follow my Instagram and Twitch in the description down below. Everything you need to know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. We got killers getting attacked in court. You know what I mean? Maybe this is going to be in the true crime playlist section, you know what I mean? But I cannot blame, you know, the family of the victims, bro, attacking the killer in court. I can't blame them, you know what I mean? Like I said, for me, I'll never go to court. Like, say if a nigga was to kill my sister, a nigga was to kill my dad, my mom, I ain't going to court, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm good because I'm going to attack. You know what I mean? That's 100% certain I'm going to attack you, bro. So it's like, for me, I don't want to see your face, bro. And like I said, I don't believe in revenge. I'm going to keep it real with you, you feel me? Because, you know, who I praise, you know what I'm saying? He said, vengeance is mine. So I know one thing about me, bro. You know, you probably ain't got to believe it, bro. But I'm telling you, I got favor on my life, bro. And I'm a chosen one, bro. So if you mess with me, bro, it's gonna get real bad for you. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real with you. But you know, you gotta learn how to forgive, bro, and let God handle your problems. You know what I mean? Just keeping it real with you. You feel me? Because like I said, hey, I'm gonna keep it real with you. My cousin and freaking got killed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, we ain't do nothing to bro. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real with you. Matter of fact, I forgive bro for killing my cousin. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all probably like, what? You know what I'm saying? But heck yeah, you know what I mean? Just keeping it real with you, you know? At the end of the day, like I said, bro, he say vengeance is mine, bro. So like I said, it's just, you know, how I live, bro. And, you know, I don't know. You know, it's different. A lot of y'all just not there yet. You know what I mean? You still you. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to speak down, but you just don't understand what type of spiritual connection I have with God, bro. Y'all don't be understanding that, bro.
It's so hard.
No. No, sir. Would you give me 1 minute?
That's not how it is.
Well, I'm going to have to get something on.
You gotta learn how to forgive, y'all. That's one of the most hardest things to do is forgive, bro. You know what I mean? You gotta learn how to forgive, bro, and let God dealing with this God dealing with him right here. You know what I mean? When it comes to punishment, sometimes it probably won't be death, excuse me. You know, be jail, you know what I mean? But, you know, because like I said, you going back, whoever then killed your loved one, you going back and killing him, you know what I'm saying? That right there is still murder. You know what I mean? That right there is still murder. Whether you like it or not, oh, he killed my cousin, he killed my dad, he killed this. Whether you like it or not, bro, that's still murder. That's still sins in the eyes of God, bro. You know what I mean? So if you call yourself a follower of Christ, if you call yourself a follower of God, bro, don't do, you know what I mean, what you know unpleases him. That's how I live. You know what I mean? What I know is wrong to God, I try my best not to do. You feel me? So whether you try to make it up, whether you try to make sense of it, he killed I'm just getting revenge, nigga, it's still murder at the end of the day. And guess what, nigga? If you get caught, you going to jail. That judge not going to give a dang about revenge. He ain't going to give a dang about, he murdered him, you're going to jail. Simple. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. You don't get freaking justice. You don't get freaking sympathy because of revenge. No, that ain't how it work, bro. You murder a nigga, you going to jail for life. Simple as that. So is it really worth it? I'd rather let God just, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather give it to God than me going out there taking a life and they going to jail for it. I'm good, man. Because once you kill that person, your loved one's still dead. That's crazy. That's the most craziest thing about it. You kill him, now your loved one's still dead. Y'all be killing, like the person that killed your loved one, you be killing them. You know what I'm saying? And then you acting like these dudes that be in the streets. Your friend get killed, then you go back and slide for your friend. They be acting like niggas get a reboot button. They be acting like it's Fortnite or something. You know what I mean? I kill him, my friend is going to just resurrect from the dead. If I kill him directly, my friend is going to resurrect from the dead, and my friend is going to come up from the dead. Your friend is dead, nigga, whether you kill him or not, he's dead, he's gone. You know what I mean? All you did was hurt your life.
This is 19-year-old Lindy Jones, who's facing charges for murder in South Carolina. In August 2019, Lindy murdered 18-year-old Willie Antoine Fields. Following investigations, Lindy Jones and his younger brother, Jalen Jones, were arrested. Now in court, the mother of the victim, Angela Fields, has some words for Lindy.
let you know what they took from me. They took away my only child, my only child. It's been so hard.
Her husband, Willie Clay Fields, was consoling, but suddenly he couldn't bear the pain anymore.
It's been so hard.
Sir, back off, back off, sir, back off, back off, back off, sir.
The officers eventually managed to separate him from Lindy. Eventually, Lindy was sentenced to 35 years in prison, and his brother, Jalen, received a 6-year sentence in juvenile prison. But this wasn't the only time families snapped in court. Like in the case of Diamond Alvarez. Diamond's mother was in court for the trial of 19-year-old Frank DeLeon Jr., who fatally shot their 16-year-old daughter 22 times.
Golly, you shot him 22 times? Lord, I know you said vengeance is yours, but Jesus, forgive me, for I have sinned. You know what I mean? Imagine that, bro. Imagine shooting my daughter 22 times. But God gonna have to work on me. God gonna have to work. I know what I said in the beginning, but yeah, man, if that happened, yep, God gonna have to work. I'm gonna need some real spiritual healing. You know what I mean? God gonna have to come down here himself to control me. You shoot my daughter 22 times. Jesus, God, forgive me for I have sinned. Forgive me for even thinking like that. Jesus, forgive me for I have sinned. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? I can't blame them now. That's what I be saying. I can't blame when, you know, when y'all be wanting revenge. I ain't gonna lie. I know they be eating all up inside. You know what I'm saying? But 22 times, you shot my daughter 22 times. Woo, ain't that? You know, you ain't just shoot her one time. Boom. You shot her. Boom, 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 boom. She already dead off the 5th shot, and you continue shooting my daughter. Good God, my rage right now. You know what I'm saying? My race.
On January 11th, 2023, Diamond was walking her dog when Frank fatally shot her. Police investigations revealed that the two had been in a relationship and were on the verge of a breakup. Frank was promptly arrested. If you thought Frank would show remorse for his crimes, be prepared for his jaw-dropping conduct during the proceedings. In court, Diamond's mother tells the man who had wickedly ended her daughter's life how she felt. As she was giving her statement, Frank smirked at her. Enraged, Diamond's mother went to confront him. But before she could make it to the smirking murderer, the situation escalated. Diamond's uncle jumped in from the gallery and attacked Frank. Frank's mother rushed to his defense by attacking Diamond's mother, prompting Diamond's aunt to go after her.
Oh, shoot. People going to jail tonight. Oh, shoot. I ain't gonna lie. I would have loved being on jury that day. I ain't gonna count. I would have loved being on jury that day. You know what I mean? Making niggas want to go to jury duty every freaking time. Hey, sign me up for jury duty. Sign me up. You know what I mean? It ain't entertaining because, you know, they going through pain, but, you know what I mean? It's a sight to see right here. You feel? We can't act like we won't be. Will you not be entertained? You know what I mean? It's pain. I'm not laughing at their pain because I know how pain feel, but I would have been entertained for sure being a jury member. I would have been very entertained. You know what I mean? Would have been eating popcorn and all. Oh my God, it's going down. It's going down. You said, would I be jury? Nigga, I throw them papers away. Nigga try to ask me to be a jury duty. Nigga, you don't think I got the notes before? Nigga, if you go to jury duty, you stupid. The one thing that niggas love trying to make it seem like jury duty is mandatory. If I don't go to jury duty, I'm gonna go to jail. Y'all niggas so stupid, nigga. If you get summoned into jury duty, if you get sworn into jury duty and you don't show up, bro, that's when you can go to jail. But nigga, you're not gonna go to freaking jail, you know what I mean, if you don't show up to jury duty. If you're selected for jury, you don't have to go to jury duty. I would have been in jail. Why ain't in jail then? You know what I'm saying? I would have been in jail. I'd throw them away, nigga. Right when I see jury duty, I throw it away. Nigga, who is you to tell me I have to do jury duty? Nigga, you don't get out my face. But a lot of y'all niggas some scary niggas. These niggas be bluffing. Nigga, what? How many days I'm gonna stay in? I ain't go to jury duty. I'm gonna stay in jail for 5 years. Nigga don't give a damn about no jury duty. Nigga, if I don't wanna go, nigga got lives, bro. Nigga got jobs. You think I'm finna call out work to go on jury duty? And no telling how long that case gonna be. Nigga, what if you get freaking jury duty for a murder trial? Nigga, you telling me you finna, and you don't get paid that much on jury duty? You finna miss all that time at work because you gotta be a jury member for a murder trial? That's why I be saying, you get in jury duty, you better expect that long, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them cases ain't gonna be, you know? So shoot, bro, that junk ain't mandatory, bro.
Eventually, the police...
If you got summoned, if you got sworn in jury duty, then you gotta go to jury duty. If you don't go to jury duty, you will go to jail. You know what I mean? But if a nigga just sending you a letter in the mail, bro, talking about some jury duty, bro, you ain't gotta go to that junk. Listen to me, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Don't listen to your mama, don't listen to your dad, bro. They brainwashed, bro. Listen to me, bro. I've been throwing that junk away for a long time, and I ain't never been arrested, bro. There's living proof right here, bro. I'm telling you. Don't get scared about that junk, bro. I tried to tell my nigga Keon don't go. That nigga still went.
Eventually, the police were able to separate the two families. Following the brawl, Diamond's mother told the media.
It was wrong of me. That was wrong of us because we're not monsters. But it's so much hate because I want my daughter back. And what he did it was horrible. Seeing my daughter there and looking at him that he did that and he's laughing in my face. It was very wrong and I'm so sorry for that.
In the end, Frank accepted a plea deal and was sentenced to 45 years in prison. Fortunately, deputies were ready and stepped in before utter chaos ensued. But the same can't be said for the case of 25-year-old Tristan Lamoureux, who's facing charges for first-degree murder in Utah. On August 23, 2009, Tristan shot his wife, 19-year-old Misty Lamoureux, in their house. Tristan was eventually arrested. Now in court, Misty's brother, Jason Wilson, walks up to the podium to deliver a victim impact statement, but not before giving Tristan the death stare. While the magnitude of Tristan's crimes is daunting, his courtroom behavior will leave you in disbelief. While Jason tells the court how the murder has affected him, Tristan appears unconcerned, rocking back and forth in his chair. After a few minutes of addressing the judge, Jason turns his focus to his sister's killer. But Tristan's lack of remorse infuriated him, and he wanted to let him know how he felt. However, the deputies were at hand to counter any real damage. Following the chaos, the officers restored everything to order. Eventually, Tristan was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison. However, Jason Wilson wasn't alone in their courtroom actions, like in the case of Michael Madison, a serial killer who was facing multiple charges, including 3 counts of murder.
I heard about this thing.
Between 2012 and 2013, Michael killed 3 women before he was eventually arrested.
Look, there's just a man. You're killing people for no reason. I've never bro, that is some real demonic ish. Like, you killing people for no reason. Like, I'm finna just go out there. Killing people for a reason, that's still bad, but killing somebody for no reason is the most demonic and disturbed thing I've ever heard of. You know what I'm saying? Killing women. This man done killed 3 women for no reason. Imagine you just walking, bro, living your life like a regular degular, and this nigga just come out of the blue and just kill you for living life. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be trying to tell y'all, bro. It don't matter if you haven't done nothing to anybody in this world. You can still be a victim. I don't know why a lot of y'all women and a lot of y'all men be thinking you have to do something to somebody to get something done to you. That is not the case. And I promise you, I have reacted to a lot of cases. You don't believe me? For all my new subscribers, go to my true crime playlist section. You're going to see some real horrific. I just reacted to the most horrific case I've ever reacted to in my life. It's called the Junko case, whatever it's called. Bro, I want you to go see how they did that girl, man. They did her so bad just because the girl did not want to be with the boy. It was gruesome. When I mean gruesome to the freaking core. You know what I mean? So stop thinking that. I feel like everybody should own a gun. If you don't own a gun, you better own a gun, I'm telling you. You better, old woman, man, whatever. Get a gun, man. If you're in a state that don't allow guns, you better carry a knife. Carry some type of weapon with you, bro. Get a pocket knife. Get something. You just out here walking bare. You're out here walking bare, bro. How do you feel comfortable doing that? Man, I ain't walked bare in so long, man. I just don't get it.
Before his preliminary hearing, Michael learns the magnitude of his crime.
Mr. Madison, I'm going to read to you the nature of the charges against you and summarize each one for you, as well as giving you the potential penalties. I know you've had a chance to speak with counsel. Is that correct, sir? Yes. All right. In the first charge, you're charged with aggravated murder in violation of Ohio Revised Code 2903.01. It states that on or about the 22nd day of July, you did purposely cause the death of an unidentified female while committing another felony. The offense was committed 1 week to 9 months prior to the finding of the body. That is a Jane Doe murder. The second murder is the same date, on or about the 22nd day of July.
I seen this nigga on TikTok. Is this that freaking judge on freaking TikTok?
The second murder is the same date, on or about the 22nd day of July. Michael Madison did purposely cause the death of an Angela Deskins while committing another felony. The offense was committed 3 weeks or a few weeks prior to the finding of the body. And then there's a third murder charge. On or about the 22nd day of July, Michael Madison did purposely cause the death of an unidentified female while committing another felony. The offense was committed 1 week to 1 month prior to the finding of the body. All of those are felonies of the first degree because they are aggravated murder. They are punishable by a possible death or life in prison and a $100,000 fine. You understand that?
Now in court, Van Terry, the father of one of the victims, addresses the judge.
How you doing, Your Honor? My name is Van Terry. Right now, I guess we're supposed to, in our hearts, forgive this clown.
Van Terry now turns to speak directly to Michael.
Taking my child.
However, the real shocker came when Michael unleashed his madness in the courtroom by smirking at Van Terry, unleashing chaos.
Nigga start laughing. Nigga start laughing, boy. Laughing, nigga face killed that nigga daughter for no reason, but that junk ain't funny, boy. Junk ain't funny, nigga.
Eventually, the police were able to restore order and the proceeding continued. Now, it's time for the jury to give their decision.
We therefore unanimously find that the sentence of death should be imposed upon the
shoot,
defendant,
that nigga
Michael
getting
Madison.
death.
Following the jury's recommendation, Judge Nancy McDonald reads her sentence.
I am struck by the sheer inhumanity of what one human being can do to not one, but 3 human beings. It is incomprehensible. You cajoled, lured, and deceived Shatisha Shealy, Angela Deskins, and Sherelda Terry to your apartment for your depraved purposes. You went on to abuse the corpses of these 3 victims. You stripped them from the waist down. You folded them in half, binding them so that their feet were up by their ears. You wrapped them in multiple layers of trash bags, and you discarded them. Upon consideration of the relevant evidence, the testimony exhibits admitted in mitigation, it is a judgment of this court that the aggravated circumstances of course of conduct, felony murder, kidnapping, felony murder, of which the defendant was convicted, outweigh the mitigating factors by proof beyond a reasonable doubt.
And bro, for lawyers that represent this nigga, bro, that look bad on y'all too, bro. It's like, I realize you need money, but like representing a nigga like this, like, why would you even want to represent a nigga like this? Like, why would you even want to go to bat for a nigga like this? This a nigga that you want to walk the streets again? So what if this was your daughter? Would you want to represent then? You know what I mean? So it's like it baffles me. I realize it's your job, but it just baffles me that lawyers willingly, you know what I mean? Like, it baffles me that lawyers are willingly, bro, you know what I mean, to represent people of this magnitude, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, bro, like, I'm not finna represent no mass murderer, bro. You know what I'm saying? Freak, what the freak I'm trying to help you stay out of jail for? You just killed 3 innocent women. What the freak? And I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to tell the jury, I'm trying to persuade the jury that this man is innocent, even though everybody in this courtroom know he's guilty. That's wrong on your part. I feel like that's like wrong. Like, that's just, he says a public defender. Bro, everybody doesn't have public defenders. You know what I mean? You don't know if that's a public defender. How you know it's a public defender? You know him? You know what I'm saying? You know that's a public defender? So you know that's a public defender? No, the freak you don't. That could be a lawyer. It's a lot of people out here that got a lot of cases. There's a lot of people out here that hire lawyers for niggas that's killing. They hire lawyers, bro, and they got off with the murder that they caught. You know what I mean? They got off with the murder that they caught. They killed plenty of people and got off with the murder. Just because you found not guilty, that does not mean, you know what I mean, that you're not guilty. A lot of murderers walk out because they don't have enough evidence, because they have a good lawyer. So it's a lot of lawyers out here that's representing mass murderers. So he said, probably, jackass. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying with you. So don't act like you know this a public defender. So just shut your dang mouth. You know what I mean? Because it could be a lawyer. It could be a public defender. You never know. But the thing is, I have a problem with you, you stupid jackass, is that you know, you acting like you know it's a public defender. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's a lawyer. I don't know if it's a public defender. I'm just speaking. If it is a lawyer, you know what I mean, how it's wrong to represent this mass murderer. Jackass.
Accordingly, the sentence of death is imposed upon the defendant, Michael Madison, on counts 1, 4, and 7.
Following the sentence,
you just said probably
expressed how they felt. Michael Madison is still awaiting his death in prison, but
this is the only
time parents snapped because of how the killer was acting in court.
Hey, shut up.
During the sentencing of 18-year-old.
I just seen it. You said probably. I don't want to talk no more. Shut up talking about
charges for murder.
Oh my God, he shot so many people in there.
On May 14th,
shot so many people in there. Peyton Gendron. You know what I mean? Nigga did. No, that wasn't you.
Charges for murder.
Oh my God, he shot so many people in there.
On May 14th, 2022,
a white
supremacist opened fire in a black-dominated.
I'm saying, why we don't talk about this though? You know what I mean? Why, like, niggas don't talk about this though? You know what I mean? They don't talk about this. You feel me? Is this not terrorist attack? You know what I mean? They try to make it seem like the world without black people will be so much peaceful. You know what I mean? Like, look at this, bro. Is this not terrorist? This is a terrorist attack. You know what I mean? A white supremacist opened fire in a black-dominated, Tops-friendly market in New York. You see this? You know what I'm saying? And I think I remember you too, bro. I think I heard of this case. You feel me? You killed a whole bunch of black people because they are darker than you. I told y'all, I'm getting in detail when it comes to racist white people. You don't like us because you're lighter. I ain't gonna lie, I laugh at racist white people. I ain't gonna lie, y'all so dumb to me. I don't take like racist people serious. Even when it comes to black people, like, you racist too. I don't know why people think racism is only a white thing. It's a black thing too, Chinese thing, whatever. It's funny, like racist people in general, it's funny. You don't like somebody because they're lighter than you. You don't like somebody because they're darker than you. So you think because you got darker skin that makes you better than somebody. You think because you got lighter skin that makes you better than somebody. Do y'all understand how stupid that is? That's why I say y'all mental health. You start thinking about it like, it's people out here literally that don't like people because their skin color. Y'all start thinking about that junk. Start thinking about it. Everybody's human, but just because you're darker, and you're lighter, I don't like you.
Cops-friendly market store in New York. Sadly, 10 black individuals lost their lives.
Woo!
3 others were hurt before he was finally arrested.
You think he
Now
doing
in
something
court,
too?
family members of the victims let him know how they feel about him.
While I was writing this, tears fell from my eyes. Thinking about what a beautiful person you took.
My daughter, Robbie Drury, was a young woman.
Yeah, look at her, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll be trying to tell you, bro. Yeah, now. What you think? What you think? Every like that's why we think they like. What you think? Every white person racist, bro? That's what white supremacists be thinking. They be thinking every white person racist. Man, you got some white people that don't like white people. You know what I mean? You got some white people that got black best friends. You got some white people that's married to black people, bro. You know what I mean? They just don't get that though. So when it comes to him, his mental illness, he think he's done a favor. He think he done something good, like just doing that, wiping out, like killing. He think he done something good, y'all. But the whole time you killed somebody who had a colored child. She was married to a black man and had a colored child. You know what I'm saying? Every white person doesn't agree with your decision, bro.
My daughter, Robbie Drury, was a young woman. She was not married. She had no children. She never will. Robbie was our youngest daughter. When people ask, how many children do you have? I don't know what to say.
You destroyed our lives forever. There's not a day that goes by that I won't remember May 14th and being 2 minutes sooner. I could have been in that store. And all I think about is, could I have saved my aunt? Could I have helped her get away from the bullets? Or could my mom be suffering more and lose her daughter, her granddaughter, and her sister?
One of the most touching statements was from Barbara Massey.
My name is Barbara Massey. I'm Catherine Massey's sister. You killed my sister. Cat was an aunt. She was a great aunt. She was a cousin. She was a friend. Cat said she was a committee of one. There's nothing Cat wouldn't do for people. I want personally to choke you and leave my fingerprints on your neck because it was unnecessary. You leave 200 miles to come to Buffalo. You don't even know any black people. I want to choke. You better think those places. You better say, cops, thank y'all for protecting me because I will hurt you so bad. You have made me sick. You got my family crying. I miss my sister every day. You don't like black people. Man, you don't know a damn thing about black people. We're human. We like our kids to go to good schools. We love our kids.
However, while she was speaking, a supposed family member wanted to let Payton know how he felt.
We never go in no neighborhoods and take people out. Don't do it.
Luckily, the police were able to calm the situation. Now it's Payton's turn to speak.
Yeah, bro. Hey, look. You know what I'm saying? Nigga don't care about none of that. I just be trying to tell y'all, but when it come to any racist white folks, man, I just say let it go, man. You know what I mean? No, let it go. You said nigga slow, man. What the freak he gon', bro? Man, that nigga ain't finna get to that nigga, man. Don't matter if he fast, slow. Don't matter what it. But this is my message to racist white folks. So when I be talking about like white folks, bro, I don't be talking about y'all, bro. Every person, because you know, like I said, I know all y'all ain't bad. But when it comes to racist white folks, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this real clearly. I don't care about your sundown towns. It's sun up everywhere we go. It's sun up. You know what I mean? It ain't going back to how it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real with you. So this ain't the generation for that, gang. I don't know I wasn't never no slave. I don't know picking cotton. I don't know that. You know what I mean? That's not this generation. That's not me. So I don't know drinking in different water fountains. I promise you, you're gonna have to kill me, bro. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? So, it ain't going nowhere, you feel me? Like, we ain't going nowhere. And to be honest, I don't give a damn how you feel about me. You know what I mean? Keep it real. If you don't like me, you better hold your breath. Better hold your tongue. Like I said, for me, I ain't never experienced racism. You know what I mean? So if a white person ain't like me, shoot, you was quiet about it. I'm beating this, man. I ain't playing with you. You feel me? So I don't want you to think that, yeah, smash stuff. I don't want you to think that this general. I don't know about none of that. You know, shout out my ancestors and them, but we ain't having that right here. You feel me? Straight belt the booty. That's straight belt. You know what I mean? So just let it go, gang. You know what I'm saying? You had a little run, bro. You know what I'm saying? Back then and all that. Like I said, I wasn't around. You feel me? New sheriff around town. It's new sheriff. You feel me? And the nigga ain't going for none of that. So go ahead and just sit your little racist tail down and just enjoy some melanin, man. Because you melanin yourself. You know what I mean? Look at you. Don't even know you got melanin in you. But you know you like a jackass, do you? You don't like us, but you come from us? That's the most craziest thing. But you don't even know you got melanin in you. You know what I mean? Inside, you got some melanin, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You don't like that, do you? Look out. I got some white inside me. You feel me? I told y'all my great-great-great-granddad was white. I got white inside me, even though I'm melanin, bro. No, my great-great-granddad was white. That's what I said. My mom's dad was white. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, bro, you know, we all got each other in, we all got each other in each other, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We human, bro. You know what I mean? I got teeth. Just like you do, I do. Just like you pee, I pee. Just like you bleed, I bleed, bro. I'm just a different skin tone, bro. That's it. That's it, twin. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
I'm very sorry.
I can't help on melanin, bro. Families to suffer through. But you're not finna make me feel bad for me being this, bro. There's nothing that you can say to make me hate myself.
I'm very sorry for stealing the lives of your loved ones. I cannot express how much I regret all the decisions I made leading up to my actions on May 14th. I did a terrible thing that day. I shot and killed people because they were black. Looking back now, I can't believe I actually did it. I believed what I read online and acted out of hate. I know I can't take it back, but I wish I could. And I don't want anyone to be inspired by me and what I did.
Eventually, the judge reads her sentence.
The damage you have caused is too great, and the people you have hurt are too valuable to this community. You will never see the light of day as a free man ever again. It is the judgment of this court for your conviction under the first count of the indictment, a domestic act of terrorism motivated by hate in the first degree, an A1 felony, that you be sentenced to life imprisonment without parole.
Payton was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. But this wouldn't be the last time a parent lunged at the perpetrator in court. Take, for example, the case of Larry Nassar, who is facing multiple charges for sexual abuse. Larry was a sports doctor at Michigan State University and with USA Gymnastics when police received reports for his crimes. However, during investigations, Larry had a different story.
I get it. Why didn't she say something if she was feeling violated in any way, shape, and form? There was no communication.
Okay. Do you ever get aroused during these exams?
I shouldn't be getting during an exam.
Right. Well, this is why I'm talking to you about this, because this young girl and her mother both observed this on more than one occasion during treatment.
If there was arousal, it's you know what I mean? Like, it would be because of whatever. I don't know, but I'm not trying to... You know what I mean?
Whatever, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
When you're a guy, sometimes you get...
The truth caught up with him and he was arrested. Now in court, his victims take to the stand.
I testified to let the world know that you are a repulsive liar.
One after the other.
I am Jessica Tomashow, also known as Victim A. I was sexually assaulted by Larry Nassar when I was 9 and 12 years old. You broke and shattered a lot of girls. You manipulated us to trust you because you're a doctor, and doctors do no wrong, only heal. You are not a healer.
Now it's time for the parents to address Larry.
I don't know who you are now. Maybe I never knew. Maybe none of us did. But Larry, you did this to yourself, and you did this to us.
Inmate Nassar. That is what your name is. And don't you forget that.
And while we all...
Don't you forget that. Boy, we made a boy angry, but the boy want to put them paws on you.
Inmate Nassar. That is what your name is. And don't you forget that.
And while we all are moving mountains, you, Larry, will have no choice but to sit in prison and wait to die.
And I said, "Are you ready to go to lunch?" And she's like, "No, Mom, I just want to go home." And I said, "What's wrong? Are you in pain?" And she said, "Mom, I just want to go home." And I said, "Okay." So we got in the car, and I said, and she started bawling. And I said, "Chelsea, tell me what's wrong." And she said, "Mom, he put his and they weren't gloved." And I said, "Chelsea, I was right there in the room." And she goes, "You couldn't see what was going on, Mom." And she said, "He hurt me." In 2009, she took her own life because she couldn't deal with the pain anymore. It'll be 10 years in March.
For this particular parent, Larry's tears hold no value. Words were not enough.
I would ask you to, as part of this sentencing, to grant me 5 minutes in a locked room with this demon. Would you do that?
That is not.
Yes or no?
No, sir.
Would you give me 1 minute?
You know that I can't do that. That's not how I was.
Well, I'm going to have to get someone.
Stay out. I understand. Let me have that son of a bitch. I understand for stay out. I want that. Stop fighting. I want that son of a bitch. Put your hands behind your back. I know.
Give me 1 minute with that pastor.
Go ahead. You're good.
Eventually, Larry takes to the stand.
What I'm feeling pales in comparison to the pain, trauma, and emotional destruction that all of you have been. There are no words that can describe the depth and breadth of how sorry I am for what has occurred. An acceptable apology.
In the end, the judge gives her sentence.
I find that you don't get it, that you're a danger. You remain a danger. I am a judge who believes in life and rehabilitation when rehabilitation is possible. I have many defendants come back here and show me the great things they've done in their lives after probation, after parole. I don't find that's possible with you. Your decision to assault was precise, calculated, manipulative, devious, despicable. I don't have to add words because your survivors have said all of that. I don't want to repeat it. Sir, I'm giving you 175 years, which is 2,100 months. I just signed your death warrant. I need everyone to be quiet. I self-contempt powers. I told you I'm not nice. Thank you. That's all for the record.
Larry will spend the rest of his life in prison. However, while this reaction could certainly be dismissed as an effect of uncontrollable anger, the same can't be said for the case of 23-year-old Quinn Bowes, who's facing charges for murder. Quinn is in court for the murder of his 11-month-old son. Quinn was found guilty and sentenced to 25 years in prison. However, as he was being led away, the unexpected happened. Jeremiah Matthew Hartley, the child's uncle, punched him before he was wrestled down by the police.
That nigga in his face, man. Freak wrong with that nigga, boy. Nigga trip. Killed this 11-month-old son, nigga.
Jeremiah was eventually sentenced to 179 days in jail for—
Golly, dang. I mean, niggas stuck him one time thinking they finna get this nigga grace and mercy. Nope, sentence that nigga to 179. Oh my God, nigga. Shoot. That nigga shouldn't did that, chat. I ain't gonna cap. Nigga shouldn't did that, chat.
Jeremiah was eventually sentenced to 179 days in jail for his actions. However, while it was clear that Jeremiah wasn't happy with what Quinn did, his reaction to the sentence was similar to the case of Vashon Flowers, who was facing charges for murder. A disagreement about smoking led Vashon to fatally shoot his wife, Jamie Thomas Flowers.
Nigga, you shot your wife, nigga, over a disagreement of smoking, man. I'm telling y'all, boy, what I be hearing but be crazy. What? Y'all folks crazy, but I ain't gonna cap. What the freak, nigga? This gonna be crazy what I be hearing.
A disagreement about smoking.
I be trying to tell y'all, man, y'all better be very, very careful, man. I better be careful, man, who y'all freaking pick, man. Who gonna be your wife, who gonna be your husband. You better be careful now. Careful now.
Led Vashon to fail.
Probably be freaking dealing with a lunatic. That's what I be saying. Hey, man, look. Gotta look at them red flags, man. They show you any type of strange activity, weird activity. You know what I'm saying? It's best for you to leave that person.
Shoot his wife, Jamie Thomas Flowers. Now, in court, the daughter of the victim tells the court what happened.
He was irritable and said that he was a grown man. If he wanted to buy cigarettes, he would buy cigarettes. He got down on the ground and started choking my mother. Actually, I heard, "You don't have to do this, Vashon. Please don't do this. You don't have to do this." And then I heard gunshots.
But during the sentencing, London Thomas, the son of the victim, couldn't hold himself. Vashon was eventually sentenced to life imprisonment. When emotions run high in court, the actions of London Thomas and Kevin Hall leave us questioning sanity itself. This is 15-year-old James Douglas Gonzalez, who's in court for killing Edward Hall. In court, the jury found James guilty of negligent homicide and not murder. Enraged, Kevin Hall, the younger brother of the victim, acted. Eventually, the police were able to restore order. James escaped the attack without injuries, and Kevin was sentenced to 5 days in jail. Just when you thought you've seen it all, another convict surpasses Kevin Hall's wild courtroom display. Enter Dwayne Smith, who's in court for the sentencing of Clifford Thomas. Clifford and his girlfriend were arrested for killing 3-year-old Jamela, the daughter of Dwayne Smith. In court, Dwayne approaches the stand to deliver his victim impact statement, but decided to make another kind of impact. You can see Clifford's girlfriend and mother of the child in tears. Eventually, the police separate the two men and the session is rescheduled. Clifford and his girlfriend were later sentenced to up to 15 years in prison.
Yeah, don't call on Jesus now. You want to call on Jesus when you murdered your child. Don't call on Jesus now. Jesus can't say it now.
rescheduled.
Jesus gonna forgive you for your sins, but he ain't gonna save you from the consequences.
Clifford and his girlfriend were later
Don't call him no.
in prison.
No.
Example of a victim.
Bust his head open. Bust his head.
However, could Dale Williams' case be considered even a little crazier? This is Dale Williams, who is facing charges for murder. In June 2017, Dale ran his ex-girlfriend, Elizabeth Pledger Stewart, off the road, causing her to crash. Dale then fatally shot her multiple times as onlookers watched. Now, in court, the daughter of the victim is ready to begin her statement, but the sons of the victim had other plans.
Wait for get that nigga.
The police had to use their tasers to bring order to the court. The session was rescheduled. This time, the victim's aunt was able to say her mind.
When we saw him, his face, we felt it was so much emotion.
No, I'm done after this.
Due to a flashback of how he just killed my niece.
Eventually, Dale was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison. But that wasn't all. The two brothers also appeared in court. Dale continues to serve his sentence in prison.
Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? That was a crazy video, chat. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, man. That was a crazy freaking video, man. Honestly. You know what I'm saying? I just can't tell y'all how to react in these situations. Hey, I just said no more. You know what I mean? Whatever the name is, Sackboy. All right, don't ask me. I said no more, all right? You know what I mean? It's simple. It's no freaking more. You know what I mean? But, man, hey, man. Oh, my God, bro. You feel me? It's crazy, man. I can't tell y'all how to react. I cannot tell y'all how to react, man. I got to put my freaking chat back up. I didn't even know my chat was up. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, bro. I didn't even know my freaking chat wasn't up, bro. So, I'm put my chat back up tomorrow. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody for joining the freaking stream. You know what I mean? Your boy Jay stream every day. If you just joined late, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, you say you got a video for me tomorrow, F your video, man. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, if you join me to late, every video that I reacted to on this stream will be transferred over to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Jay Willie Silly, man. Your boy Jay out.